So to start with, I'm going to make sure I've got everything I need for my test. So I've got the booklet explaining what to do. I've got my test pack, and then I've got some surface cleaner here, some hand sanitizer I'm going to use, or you can use soap and water, and then some tissues to clean down the surface, and then also for when you need to blow your nose. Okay, so I'm going to start by cleaning down my flat surface here. So I've given it some sprays with the hard surface cleaner. I'm going to give that a good wipe down there, and then I'm going to put these into the bin that I've got inside of me here. I now need to wash my hands for 20 seconds using either warm water and soap, or in my case I'm using hand sanitizer here, making sure we're doing a really thorough job there in between your fingers, everywhere that needs to go, so you make sure when you're handling all the equipment and the swab, your hands are lovely and clean. So 20 seconds worth of cleaning there. Then I need to make sure that I've got everything in my kit using the booklet to help me. So I'll open my kit. Get everything out here. So you're going to have enough in your kit for 3 tests. Okay, so that everything you need for 3 tests is in your kit. And obviously you'll just use things one at a time. So for one test, what you'll need is your extractor holder here. You'll need 1 swab. You'll need a bag to put your waste products into. You will need the actual testing strip here that has the welling where you need to put your sample. And then you will have the liquid solution that you need, and then the extraction holder here. Okay, for now I'm going to put this into my tube holder so it's nice and safe. And I've used the book there to make sure that I have everything that I need ready to go. So now I've moved everything away that I don't need for this test. I've only got 1 test set in front of me here. Next thing I'm going to do is open my test strip, which is in this bag here, and it looks like this. I'm going to lay that on my clean surface, ready for our sample shortly. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this test tube here and I'm going to put this in the extraction tube holder there, so that's all ready to go as well. If I take now the solution that we're going to need for our test, and I can snap open the top, do this carefully so that you don't lose any of the liquid, and then I'm going to pour this into the tube, making sure I squeeze it so that all of that liquid is in there. Then in the bottom of my tube now is my solution ready to go. I can put this into my waste bag, and then it is done and out of the way. Okay, then now it's time to continue preparing for the test by getting ourselves ready and the swab stick ready as well. So I'm going to start by blowing my nose, and then I'll put that into the bin there at the side of me as well. Now that I've blown my nose, what I need to do is re-sanitize my hands. So I'll pop the sanitizer on, and just like we did before, 20 seconds of either using hand sanitizer or warm water and soap as well if we can, making sure again that our hands are thoroughly cleaned and then ready for the testing. Once you've been cleaning your hands for 20 seconds, it's time then to start to open the swab. Now only open the swab when you're about to start your test. You find the swab in a packet like this, you'll open it and it automatically, the open is at the end that's not going to be used for your sample. So make sure you hold that end, gently remove it, leaving the soft end untouched by your hands. And this can go into the bin or into your waste bag there. Okay, so I've taken my swab sample and now it's time for me to process the swab. What I need to do is pick up the extraction tube that's got the liquid in, and I'm going to place my swab gently inside and then push it right down to the bottom firmly so it's in the liquid. I'm going to rotate that round now for 15 seconds to make sure that my sample is definitely transferring into the liquid. So 15 seconds rotating it around, pushing firmly against the bottom of the tube extraction so that I know that my sample is definitely transferred into that liquid. as I come to remove it now, I'm going to pinch the bottom as I pull out the sample, okay, and I'm making sure that no liquid is left on the swab and that it's all still there in the bottom of the extraction tube. For a minute I can pop that extraction tube down, then I'll pop my swab into that bag so it's out of the way and dealt with. Now that my sample is definitely in the liquid, it's now time to transfer that over to the test strip. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the extraction tube here. I'm going to make sure the lid is firmly on. So I'm going to push that down so it's definitely firmly on. And then the top there's a little hole. That is where we're going to get the liquid out of. Now on our test strip, you'll see some letters C, T and S. S is where we are going to put our sample. So I'm going to pop that down again on the flat surface, hold this over carefully, dropping 2 drops onto the S for sample 1, 2. Okay, that is now our tube done with, and that can go into the waste bag. Now it's time to wait. After you've waited for 30 minutes, it's time to read your results. If you have just one line next to the C, then that means that your test is negative. If you have a line next to the C and the T, even if it's just faintly, then that means that your result is positive. If you only have a line by the T or no line at all, then your test is void. Once you've read your results, you must report it to the NHS. If your test comes back positive, you must inform school as quickly as possible, either by ringing school or emailing info@thegrangeacademy.co.uk.